Hello folks, this is Paul with Online Business Pro Solutions, and today I'm going to explain why you need the Simple Traffic Blueprint. Now, this program created by Philip Borrowman is an absolute must-have for newbies, but it's also a must-have for those of you who may have an extensive working knowledge of the components of internet marketing, but haven't been successful at tying them all together to generate sustainable sales. Now, if you have any questions during this review, please post them in the comment section below, and I will get back with you as quickly as I possibly can. And please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. Now, there's also a link at the bottom of this review for you to get immediate access to the Simple Traffic Blueprint. Now, just so you have a proper idea of my review style, I will never give any product a 10 out of 10 rating, not even my own products, because I just personally feel that there is always room for some improvement. Now, that being said, I have given the Simple Traffic Blueprint a 9.5 coolness factor, which is the highest rating that I will ever give a product. Because it is, I truly believe, the complete package, the only blueprint you need to start building a successful online business. Now, we are going to get into the pros and cons in a little bit, but first, let's take a quick look at Philip's sales page, which conveniently we're already on right here. All right, let's just look at this real quick. How to make your first commission using one simple free traffic method. He's going to be talking about organic traffic, a step-by-step blueprint for making money online that is 100% dummy proof. I can testify to that. And let's see here, beginner friendly and simple to implement. Cha-ching, free traffic source, no paid ads. Yes, scalable, honest, and evergreen. One-time payment, no upsells or upgrades, risk-free and money-back guarantee, and step-by-step video tutorials. Okay, I can testify. I've gone through this whole curriculum, and every word of this is the truth. There's no hype involved, and that's unusual. For a sales page, they're really exaggerating a lot, and I really don't see any exaggeration in this, so this is very refreshing. Okay, but basically what you see is what you get. Now, right here, I highly recommend that you watch this short video introduction. Get a feel for Philip Borrowman. I want you to listen to his words, but I also want you to watch his body language. He is the real deal. He's not some gimmicky sales clown trying to convince you to buy some get-rich-quick scheme. He is passionate but subdued. He's calm and professional, but he says it like he sees it. Philip is authentic, and that is almost unheard of in this business. Let's come down here. All right, you're only 3 steps away. Right out the gate, he outlines the entire premise of this particular business model. And I'm just going to read through these verbatim for you. Step 1, you choose one of our done-for-you niches or find one of your own. These are super easy to find, and our training shows you every step. Step 2, you create basic, simple, but highly converting tutorial videos, which you use to generate free traffic. Now, he also has a disclaimer in here for those of you who are camera shy. Don't worry, you will not be on camera. And step 3, these videos generate free traffic to your squeeze page or landing page, which will result in leads and sales. And that in a nutshell is exactly, what this program is all about. It sounds pretty simple, right? Well, not necessarily. The process is simple and it's highly effective, but building the framework, understanding the mechanics and structuring the entire process to get optimum results is extremely difficult, and it can be extremely frustrating if you don't have proper guidance. And that's where Philip Borrowman shines. Many so-called gurus, they play this virtual Pied Piper. They lead you off into the middle of cyberspace with vague promises of vast riches. Then they simply dump you off with incomprehensible directions, and they leave you to find your own way out, while they go pick up another group of wayward wannabe internet marketers. Not so with Philip. He leads you step by step through the entire maze, and he keeps you on point when you become distracted. He invites you to join a community of like-minded adventurers. Then he serves as your guide, your advisor, your den mother, and whatever else it takes to get you to that promised land, which in our case is online business success. Now let's go down here. This is my favorite portion of the entire sales page, if I can find it. Oh, well, it wasn't exactly hiding. All right, here it is. Big, bold, and beautiful. Honesty, integrity, transparency. Philip has founded his business on those principles, and he will only work with like-minded individuals. All right, for grins and giggles, let's take a quick look at some of the nonsense offered on a typical sales page. Okay, now this is actually a portion of copy on an existing sales page for another product. Actually, it's called Opt-in Turbo. I'm not going to get too much into it, but more importantly, what I want to look at is the sales page, the hype. Okay, right here. This is right off the bat. Instant viral funnels for free buyer traffic, leads, and sales in 60 seconds. Folks, anytime somebody tries to promise you anything in 60 seconds, push button success, I can see free buyer traffic. There are ways of getting out in front of people. It's a little more difficult on free. You have to do some work. You have to provide content. You have to woo and court individuals. But you can purchase ads and get in front of a buying market. But the odds of them truly buying, especially based on sort of spammy kind of templates and websites that they say they build for you, it's virtually always a sham. I hate to say it like that, but that's what it is. So be very, very alert to that. Right there, that's an example of a sales page that's hype. It's promising you things that it's just not going to be able to deliver, guaranteed. Okay, so I have no doubt this part is true. You don't need any tech skills or existing experience. The traffic you get is free, and I'm sure that's true. Viral and fast, that gets a little sketchy in there. Another thing that sort of threw up warning alarms to me on this one, that when they say the software is 100% proven and guaranteed to deliver results, well, they're always going to say that. No monthly fees, unlike other similar software. The irony in that is that other similar software more than likely will still be in existence a year from now, 2 years from now, if they're charging monthly fees, because those fees are to continuously improve and upgrade that software. Codes have to change over time as the rules change. on the internet, Google Analytics and everything else. So if they're not charging you this, I guarantee they don't plan on this software being around very long. It's a one and done. They're going to sell out 2-3 months from now. When an update's necessary, they will not reach into their own pockets to pay for that. So if you build your business foundation around the use of a piece of software like this, you may be in some serious trouble. Anyhow, I'm just trying to warn you, and I want to show you the differences here between hype, and let's go back here to honesty, integrity, and transparency. I want you to sort of go through this page on your own when you go through it. And I want you to look for what's not there, what's missing. And what's missing is hype. What's missing is gross exaggeration. This is a refreshingly honest sales page. One thing here I sort of like that Philip has to say: if you are looking for automatic profits using a push button, make money while you sleep, fake software piece of garbage, then you have come to the wrong place, and you can stop right here. I mean, he's literally turning business away. If there are some individuals coming on this page and they're looking for that push button, get rich quick, work from the beach immediately kind of lifestyle, he's telling you right now, no, that's not what I have to offer to you. I will guaranteed lead you to success if you are willing to put in the work. That's basically what he's saying. Okay. Well, by now, you must realize that I am completely sold on the Simple Traffic Blueprint, but I don't just want you to take my word for it. We're going to go a long way down here. The rest of this, it just explains the overall process a little more. And of course, it is a sales page, so it's going to talk quite a bit. But like I said, look for what's missing: hype, exaggeration, false promises. This is awesome. Okay, I know that guy. I know these guys. Now, normally I don't pay a lot of attention to testimonials. The reason being it's a sales page, so of course the testimonials are going to be positive. I can't say that I've ever really seen a sales page where they put a negative testimonial on the sales page. But, quite often I'll see the exact same individuals' testimonials on like multiple product launches. And you begin to realize that they're all really just recommending each other's products, which, that wouldn't really be so bad if they actually provided fresh and informative viewpoints. But most of the time, they don't even change the wording. They just cut, copy, and paste the new product name. It's basically the same review. It's just a different product. But regarding these testimonials for Simple Traffic Blueprint, I recognize every one of these individuals. Okay, I communicate with them almost on a daily basis. We are members of Philip's Digital Nomad group and Taking Action Online Facebook group. And, I've seen most of all their videos and definitely seen their stats, their real stats. I know their numbers are genuine. And each and every one of them started with this process, this program. And even though we all started, from different levels of experience and expertise, we found an exciting common denominator when we each individually chose Philip as our mentor. And we have all begun to see light at the end of the tunnel. Many already jumping light years ahead of where they thought they'd be by now, regarding their online business success. So please, it is well worth taking a look at these testimonials. All right, it's meat of the nut time. Let's take a look in the members area. Okay, this is what you see when you first go into the members area. Okay. Right over here. Now, this program is broken down into 4 primary sections, and it's broken down into 30 very easy to digest lessons. And the courses, it's comprised primarily of video tutorials, but with tech support and some downloads also. If you go a little further, go ahead and read through this. You'll find out Philip is just like the majority of us. He wasn't born into an internet marketing dynasty or anything. He started out as a baker and a bar manager. Read a little bit about his backstory. This is the overall curriculum that you'll see, and you just follow it through step by step. Okay. The first is just basically an introduction, a detailed step-by-step overview. Oops. My bad. I'm really jumping ahead. I'm getting anxious. That's the intros right here. And I do want to open this. I just want to show you something there. All right. Basically, if you opened it up, this is what you'd see. It's an introduction video. If you open it up, Philip starts talking, and he's going to go through everything. If you get stuck, reach out to me. I don't bite. Yada, yada, yada. He talks about what he's going to be covering. Okay. And, all of these videos are going to be similar. Of course, they're all going to be covering different subjects and stepping you toward the success that you're looking for. Now, what I like here is interesting. These are some stats, and these are what Philip will refer to as vanity metrics, and it's a very big trap that a lot of newbies fall into. Well, really not just newbies. They track their stats immediately, and they get disheartened. It's better not to even pay attention. It's better just to put your head down and do the work. But so he can sort of show you, before Philip actually released this program, he had a small group of individuals that had come to him for one-on-one coaching. And now these all were individuals just like you and me when I first started. We might have had some understanding. We might have had websites. We knew how to basically put a video together, but none of us had any real sales. And even if they had sales, there was no continuity, nothing sustainable in the very least. So he used this group as a beta group, more or less. So what you're looking at here, this is a real life presentation or representation of what happens when you follow this program. This individual is Ken, and let's see if I got it. So you'll see him over here on the testimonials. Whoops, there we go. But you'll see when he first started where he was at. If these were stats in a hospital, they'd be reading you your rights, the last rites. So, it's scary, at first, especially, and that's another reason not to really watch these things. But at this point here, he has only uploaded 15 videos. It's 15 videos. That's all. 2.1 thousand views. Look at the time. Look how many subscribers he already has. That's starting from scratch, and that's using the Simple Traffic Blueprint. These are genuine stats. Now, Ken is much further along now. I don't want to mislead you in any way, shape, or form. I believe he's been working with Philip for just under a year. I'm pretty sure. And if you go look up his work on YouTube, it's just phenomenal. I've actually gone and used a lot of his videos as resources. And then if you look at the first video he ever did, which you can actually find that, and then where he's at now, you'll see the absolute marked improvement. And that's the case with every student that, comes under Philip's wing. So I just wanted you to take a quick look at that. Let's go back here. All right, I'm just going to sort of cruise through these. I'll show you a couple as we go, just to highlight a few things. Overview of strategy. Here he's just going to provide you with a detailed outline of the entire program. Frequently asked questions, of course, in this section. Philip's going to provide answers to the most frequently asked questions, regarding this program. And that way you can focus on the upcoming lessons. In this section, I do want you to see that. Let's see if I can open that real quick. His results. This is actually one of the bonuses that Philip includes when you purchase the Simple Traffic Blueprint. And these are case studies of his actual process in action. You will be looking over his shoulder as, seeing, well, it's almost like you were looking over his shoulder as he put this process to work and seeing the real-time results that he got. These are definitive, practical application of this very process that we're talking about. So I highly recommend you soak it all in, because true case studies, they're worth their weight in gold. Okay, and we're going to go over the rest of the bonuses in a little bit. All right, we'll go back here. But actually, I am going to skip right over to the essential tools you need. In this section, for an absolute minimal investment, you can acquire all the tools necessary to build your online empire. But you have to understand that these are necessities, but they do come with options. The best idea is to start with the bare bones that you need, and then as you start generating positive cash flow, you can reinvest in upgrades. But Philip's going to make recommendations here. Of course, it would be better, and that's basically what I've done. What he uses, I use, just because if there's problems and I run into problems, it's a lot easier for him to help me. So if he recommends a specific page builder or a specific autoresponder, personally, I just jumped on it because, he can't help me a whole lot with something that he doesn't really know the mechanics about. He can give me the basics, the basic structures, but to get into the intimate details of the actual product itself, there's not much he can do for you. So, to maximize your investment, I would highly recommend that you go ahead and they're not terribly expensive. Okay. But you do have to understand that this is a business at the end of the day, and it is such a minimal investment. It's crazy. But he does go through all this, and he explains what all tools that you're going to need in order to make this particular process successful. Okay. And let's go back. And at the end, we basically just have a pep talk to help keep you on track. Okay, getting started. Second section. In this section, you're going to develop the framework for your online business. Now I can talk about this. This intro, it's just a detailed step-by-step overview. Okay, and this is just to continue reinforcing the process that's necessary, for your success. All right, here we have choosing a niche, part 1, 2, and 3. The online business that you establish with this particular process, it is a service business. So the service that you provide is answers and solutions. And people are reaching out through the internet with, of course, questions and problems. You are going to become the expert that they eventually seek out to fulfill those needs. Now, determining which market you serve, now that's a critical decision, and it's based on a number of variables. all of which Philip covers in this comprehensive 3-section tutorial sequence right here. Choosing a domain name, it sounds simple enough, but there is a strategy to help you optimize this decision, and Philip's going to share that with you. Building the website basics. Got that up here. Yeah, at this point, you are going to build the basic framework for a very simple website. And that's really all you need at this time to get this process operational. And at this time, I guess I just opened this up so you can see he is going to discuss hosting. Now, setting up YouTube. In this particular phase, Philip's going to help you set up a YouTube channel. And he starts at the very beginning, all the way back to establishing a Google account. And he's going to walk you through each detailed step to assure that you end up with an account that is absolutely optimized for the best possible results. There's email setup. Now, here Philip is going to explain in detail the entire email process and how the process actually works. And then he's going to describe and recommend autoresponders and how to set them up. And he even includes some examples of email messages that are actually have been used, successfully to give you an idea of what you'll be sending out to individuals on your lists. So you'll see here, and he'll talk about various autoresponders. He'll make recommendations, give you links to those. This is basically the info that he covers in the video. He also gives you a little video on instructions for setting up your 3 automated emails. And then these are what they call like file swipes, email swipes. These are actual emails that have been sent out to members of, I'm fairly certain these are from members of Philip's lists. But please don't take my word for that. But they are legitimate emails that have gone out on successful campaigns. Okay. Building a website. Let's see here, the finishing touches. Take a look at that real quick too. Okay, in this section, it's basically what it says, the finishing touches of your website. And at this point, Philip's going to introduce you to the wonderful world of page builders. Okay, and he does have one specific one that he recommends. It's one I use. I would venture to say the majority of the members use it. You don't have to, but like I said before, it'll be easier down the road to get advice, not only from Philip, but from many of us, because we use the same page builder. So if you run into problems and mechanical problems and that, odds are we've probably dealt with those before and can help you very easily. Okay. He also provides some copy and paste pages for you to include on your site. Pages that are absolutely necessary and mandatory. All you have to do is fill in the blanks with your website, the domain that you chose and purchased, and you'll put those on your website. And that's basically it. Then we go to the conclusion, and you've reached the end of this section, and basically Philip wraps up the journey to this point. And now that you've built a framework for your online business, that's when the real adventure begins. All right, let's jump right into the implementation phase. We'll start out content creation, the purpose behind the content. As I mentioned earlier, the service that you're providing is answers and solutions. And the more well-researched and thoughtful content that you provide, the more valuable your service is for your clients. So Philip's going to discuss this philosophy in this section. Keyword research, very impractical. SEO, search engine optimization, and keyword research, They're monumental subjects, and you could spend both a fortune and a lifetime attempting to perfect this craft. Philip has a unique and a simple and an effective strategy regarding keyword research for this specific process. And he covers both the theory and the practical application with you in both of these sections. When it comes to content research for this particular process, once again, in this particular section, Philip, he offers, it's a streamlined approach to content and actually competitive research all rolled into one. He basically outlines how to deconstruct content that is already available and then how to reconstruct it with your own spin, of course, and with added value. It's actually really cool. All right. When you promote products, you have to understand when you're in any kind of sales, your customers are buying you actually even more than they are the end product. They can buy that product more than likely just about anywhere. So your customers are trusting you to recommend something that they need and that will provide the answers and the solutions and the value that they're looking for. So it is extremely important that you choose your recommendations wisely. And here, Philip, he's going to guide you through the critical process and explains a simple approach on how to convey your call to action. When it comes to creating video, this is the planning stage. Now we're getting into the heart of the matter. And this is the point where Philip discusses how to plan the framework of each video you produce. Your script outline, your organizational flow, what tabs you have open and their sequence for screen capture, and just much, much more. SEO cheat sheet, checklist. Once again, Philip here is sharing his basic SEO strategy for the simple traffic blueprint. All the tools and strategies necessary are going to be thoroughly explained. Creating video and recording. Let's take a look at that section here. Yeah, this is that. Lights, cameras, action. This is where Philip shares the tools and methods to produce a quality, content-filled video on a shoestring budget. He'll go over all the tools, where you can find them, whether they're free, whether they have like a 30-day free trial period, whether they have a small purchase price, but he'll go over all that with you. And, how to use them, how to basically put together all the content that you have put together in your planning stages. Okay? Bam. Uploading videos. Here, this section, he's guiding you through the process of uploading. I can't even talk. Uploading your video to your YouTube channel. And he's going to show you how to dot all the I's and cross all the T's to increase the quantity and the quality of your views. Okay. And then designing the landing page. Here, Philip, he's going to walk you through the process for designing your optimum landing pages using whichever page builder you decided to purchase. And we're going to hit phase 4, the conclusion. At this point, he's just tidying up loose ends. And you're going to tweak all the settings of the various plugins and the analytics and the software programs that you're now using in your new online business. And you're going to hear the term rinse and repeat a lot. And if you continue on with Philip, which I highly recommend, you're going to hear it all the time. And you're going to hear it from everyone that's involved in this group. Once you've uploaded your first video, you will immediately begin the process all over again. And then you're going to go on and produce video number 2, and then so on and so on. And you're going to find that with each new video, your skills and your confidence are going to improve. And it's eventually going to become second nature to you. And also, as your catalog of videos grows, and improves. So, of course, will your leads and sales. And Philip in this section discusses that cycle of success. Do you have what it takes? In this section, Philip is going to explain the mindset that you truly need to be successful in this particular line of work or business. And then this last one, it's basically a congratulatory and a motivational pep talk. Okay, I'd mentioned earlier some bonuses, and we actually saw those case studies. I'll tell you, this program itself is all you really need. But Philip does offer also $635. I think that's a vast underestimate of the value, but what he says are $635 worth of bonuses. And I just wanted to go over those real quickly. See if I can find it. Yeah. The first is these two case studies that we discussed earlier. Okay, we talked about that. Those are just absolutely great. I love case studies. No matter what product I buy, if they're legitimate case studies, if they're true case studies, they can teach you more than any theory out there. Now this is worth, oh my God, this is worth its weight in gold. I don't even know how to begin to explain that. I would spend crazy money just for this. Philip's going to give you access to his personal WhatsApp number. Sorry, I don't say that very well. I remember those little beer commercials of WhatsApp. Anyhow, WhatsApp number. This is giving you direct access to Philip. That is absolutely unheard of from someone as high up the food chain as Philip is. Nobody gives you that kind of direct access. So that's fantastic. And believe me, one of the reasons that I came on board with Philip was because he was accessible and he responded. He engaged with me directly when I had a question. I was expecting an answer from a support team or something, and he personally not only discussed it with me, he sent me a video and everything. It was awesome. So this is worth its weight in gold right there. You also get free access to the 12-step affiliate action plan, which is just more of the same high quality content and advice, which is just going to enhance, what you've already learned with the Simple Traffic Blueprint. And another one that's extremely valuable, access to our Inner Circle Facebook group. This is a great community of like-minded entrepreneurs who are willing to help each other to succeed and grow collectively. And this isn't like one of those groups where everybody's just in there complaining and crying and poor pitiful me kind of thing. No, this is a group of people who are actively helping each other to collectively become successful. It's a really good group. I really like these people. And I tend to be a little bit of a lone wolf and aloof. So for me to say that really is something. All right. Those are the bonuses. Now, I told you earlier that I was going to talk to you a little bit about the pros and the cons. And I will be honest with you, I had a very difficult time coming up with cons. Some of the cons are almost pros, but in fairness and to attempt not to be biased in any way, shape, or form, we will start with the pros though. The first, that this is a very easy to follow blueprint for long-term and sustainable online success. The second pro is that this particular product delivers incredibly high value for an absolute bare bones minimal investment. And the third is, and this is crazy, you get direct access to the product creator. And the fourth, we just covered them. There's an absolutely fantastic bonus package. 9 times out of 10, you'll go online and you find sort of a hypey product. It may have a little value, not great, but you buy it, then they don't give you everything. It's like they hold something back. So for another $97, they give you the rest of the story. So you pay for it. And then they also, I'm not going to say con, that's a bad word to use, but they entice you with all these bonuses. And if you really go through the bonuses, they're so frivolous. Sometimes they haven't been updated forever. They're old software that isn't even useful anymore. They're free things that all they do is actually put you on spam lists for whoever created those products. So if you see like 5,000 bonuses added to something, odds are it doesn't have a lot of value. But these bonuses are crazy, crazy values. Each one of those is a product unto itself that could sell for just big, big money. Philip is a big proponent of truly giving you much more bang for your buck, much more value than what you ever even imagined when you purchased his products. The next is no hidden charges or upsells. We just talked about that. He doesn't hold anything back. He lays it all on the line with this product. You don't have to buy additional products to become truly successful. You could follow this simple traffic method and build your entire business based on that. And then the other is it's an opportunity to join a community of like-minded entrepreneurs, just like I said before, and get in on the ground floor of something great. You know, I sort of look at it as like hooking up with Philip Borrowman right now, because he's heading to the pinnacle of success in online business. He is well on his way. It's sort of like if you had an opportunity to invest in Amazon way back when it first went out on public trading and it was selling for $18 a share, based on hindsight, it is now selling somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,750 a share. I mean, you would sell plasma. You'd do whatever you had to get some money to invest in Amazon back then. And of course, now you would be reaping the profits. You'd be extremely wealthy beyond your imagination. That's sort of what this is right here. This is your opportunity not only to invest in yourself, but to invest in this young man who is ready to shoot for the stars when it comes to the online business world. And to have access to someone with that kind of talent at this stage is just absolutely invaluable. All right, I promised you a few cons. Like I said, they're sort of, I had to work at this, but what many may consider to be a con is Philip isn't going to pull any punches. You must do the work. You know, this is only going to work if you invest your own personal sweat equity. This is not some push button, get rich quick scam. Okay. And then we talked about it earlier. Now, the second thing is, as with any business startup, you know you're going to have a small financial investment. And in this case, you're going to pay for some hosting. You're going to buy a domain name. You're going to buy a page builder. You need an autoresponder, which will have a monthly recurring bill, not a large one, but one. And you will need to purchase a microphone. You don't want to use the one that comes with your computer. I'd say the third con, and it depends on the individual that's looking at this program. This is specifically a plan for long-term sustainable success. It is not an instant pie in the sky, get rich quick scenario. So unless you're in this for the long term, unless you're willing to devote some work and some sweat equity, then yeah, it's probably not for you. And a fourth thing is, once again, it comes back to, actually, it's a good thing, I believe. It's Philip's honesty. He doesn't tell you what you want to hear. He tells you what you need to hear. He's a straight shooter, you know, and it's, I guess I call it tough love. All right. Well, my friends, it is decision time. And I'm telling you, you really need to check this out. You know, go ahead, perform your due diligence, you know, but when it's all said and done, just do it. You know, come on board. You will not be disappointed. And I apologize for talking so much, but I think you need to know what all's involved and what all's included here. This is an important decision in your life. This could be your first major step to becoming truly successful online. And I do want to mention there is one additional bonus. If you make the best decision of your life today and you click that buy button, you get me. Now, I don't have the WhatsApp button or account, but I will give you my Skype number and my email address. Any questions or hiccups that you want to discuss, if you simply need a little motivation or some tough love, I will do everything in my power to help you succeed. All right, what do they say? A little less talk and a lot more action. Go ahead, click that button, come on board, join this team, and I will catch you on the other side. Y'all take care, my friends.